Good Thursday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV. Wow, what a beautiful Thursday morning we have here in the Northern Virginia, Maryland, D.C. area. And it's all about the shorts, the Crocs, the t-shirt. It's a great time of year to get out of bed and get dressed because you don't need a lot to get ready to get going in the day versus getting the colder months. You used to watch my channel, and I used to bitch. I would bitch about how it would take forever to get dressed, to get 3-4 layers deep because it's so cold out. Hey, this is really weird. This morning, Coons Selling Forward called me early this morning wanting to know why I haven't picked up my black F-150 Lightning truck. I'm like, what? The receptionist called me this morning and said, hey, we have 2 sets of keys and paperwork here from January this past year for your black F-150 truck. I'm like, that truck was repossessed. They didn't come and get the keys from you? I mean, can you believe this story? I'm like, my truck is still down there? I'm like, I swear I got paperwork on that damn thing going to auction. I'm like, well, do me a favor. Have somebody go walk the lot and find it for me, would you? Are you kidding me? I mean, sincerely, hey, how do you feel about taking your car to a car dealership where they don't even know when it's gone? Wow, right? But how did the guys get the truck? I mean, with today's technology, I'm sure Ford opens up the truck. The Ford probably gives them the key code. I mean, today's technology, they can do whatever they want. In all reality, without your set of keys. But I have no idea. But last night I got thinking, do I try to keep this truck? Here's the downside. This truck's going to be a $40,000, $50,000 discrepancy. It's going to be $1,000 a month payment for me to pay this debt off. Part of me says just keep the damn thing. For number one, I can get a nice tax write-off. And I don't know. I get mixed feelings on that because it's just going to be another damn repossession. But it's a lot of money. But the problem is the Ford's going to chase me for the difference in this damn money. And it's going to be $1,000 a month payment for something I don't even have in my driveway. It's so bad, everybody. The car industry is so crooked. It's the worst. If you really think about it, how is it right that you buy a vehicle that's basically $100,000 and then it's not worth 40, 50 grand? I mean, it's ridiculous, everybody. It's the biggest scam in the world, and I've played it my whole life and blah, blah, blah. But here's what I did. Last night I got to thinking, you know what? If I keep this, I'll take the rear cover off and the interior carpeted bed, and I'll transfer all this out of the race truck to this truck. You can't. This bed is only 5 foot 6 inches long. This bed is like 6 foot 8 inches long. So these are 2 totally different beds. That's beyond unbelievable. It's ridiculous how small this bed is. So that idea went out the window because there's $2,000 worth of stuff on this truck that I'll never get paid for. Oh, the never-ending going on saga of the Iceman, the Ice Age TV. We get a lot of comments. I don't get tons, but I get a decent amount of comments for the minuscule channel that I have. And so this morning, I think we're going to make it a comments video. I'm gonna turn on my TV in the shop, and we're going to go through and look at the comments so you guys can participate in the video this morning where I'll be talking about your comments to share my views and ideas of what you say and how I look at that and what I think and how I respond. And I thought that'd be kind of a nice change it up thing for us today on the Ice Age TV, where it's challenging to bring you content on a regular basis that gives you interest to click on my channel and listen to me run my mouth. So that's what we're going to do this morning. Get the dogs out. It really is nice. I spent yesterday afternoon finishing up cutting the grass around the backside of the barn and then the field, the front of the property. But you know what? We now have gone the longest in quite a while with no rain. So now we just may get a little bit of a breather of the rain isn't happening like it was. So the grass is definitely going to slow down, but the grass looks really good. If I had the whole fence line all weed whacked and all the trees and buildings and stuff like that, the property would really be standing really tall, and then weed out these gardens, we'd be looking pretty damn good right here. But let's get the dogs out. and get the day going. It's beautiful, actually. It's a very nice breeze, cool. So it is a beautiful Thursday morning. Let's go see what the troublemakers are doing inside here. Hey, I didn't get them in until 10:30 last night. I was watching the Philadelphia-Boston game, baseball game. That was a great game. Fantastic game. That went to 10 innings, maybe 11. All right. Come on, Bubs, let's go. And there's a good old Dodge Charger. Silverby. 392. Scat Pack, wide body. The new Dodge Charger electric. I went on Dulles Dodge's website. So if you bought a Dodge Charger electric car, you're a dumbass. You join the dumbass club with the Iceman. They're discounting them basically $20,000. It's 17 and change, but I can guarantee you, if you go and wheel and deal, it'll be 20 off. So your $80,000 Scat Pack electric Dodge Charger that you bought, they're selling them now for 60. You'll be lucky to get 40 when you go trade it in. So that's a forever car for you because you got screwed. You got screwed to the max by the electric agenda. It's the biggest scam in the world. Political figures, geo figures, these whack job green agenda activists need to pay all of us electric vehicle owners the monies that they scammed out of me and so many others for the so-called electric revolution dream. They're a bunch of asshats, and why I got caught up in that, I don't know. But talk about that all day long. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. So whoever bought, you're a dumbass. I'm not lying. You're a I have no problem telling you that in front of you, too. Look, man, I feel for you. You're a dumbass. You bought this electric vehicle that has no value. It has no value. So you're just like me. I'm a dumbass. I bought a $100,000 F-150 truck that has no value. You're stuck with it. You're stuck with it. You'll have that thing for the rest of your life unless you want to take a $50,000, the $40,000 hit. And many people will do it because they got money to play. Yeah, I ran out of money to play because they gave it all away. So here we are. Come on, pups, get upstairs. And let's see if we can do the morning conversation. So yeah, the new Outlaw Dodge Charger is coming along. And come here. Hey, Ginger, come on. You're playing a little game right now. No, eat later. Come on. I'm going to get upstairs for a while. Eat later. Come here. Come on, get up here. Go on, get up here. The Dodge Charger Outlaw Edition's coming with the new 3.0 Hurricane motor. It's going to have like 550 horsepower, 550 foot-pounds of torque. So it's going to be like a gypsy. She's looking at the bug. Come on. You're just all caught up in that, aren't you, right? You're just all caught up in that. Yeah, so anyways, yeah. We should call it the Dumbass Club. Ask me how you sign up. You buy an electric vehicle. All right, so here we are. What I thought is we change it up today. And how do we get back into my channel? So here we are, yesterday's video. What are you doing? What are you going to do? Originally I made what you doing or something, but I got copyright issues, so I had to remake the video where I couldn't have the whole Ozzy Osbourne Crazy Train playing on my thing, so I had to get out of that. There's good old Kiefer. And so now, so what I did is, let's look at the comments. I've never done this before, which I thought would be kind of neat. But this is kind of, but I don't want to hear this. This kind of really sucks. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to put the mute on. I don't know why it's doing that. So here we go. So we had a bunch of comments, and Brett said happy birthday to my sister. Ronaldo, we had John Porter, we had Gales, we had Brett, and I thought we had Dermont in there as well. But what happens is, and this is kind of a little more challenging, so you have to go to see this is where this becomes more challenging. So Dermont. So here's a comment. Bring back the projects and cut the bike rides. All we see is you on the road driving in a straight line. you won't do the twisties, in which I like it. That's funny. But also, only reason you see the straight line more is because I took away me taking my one hand and using this phone and being able to have more flexibility of showing you what's going on around me. With the phone on my helmet, you don't have that capability. It's much more challenging. So there you go. I mean, but I hear people on my channel say, make different videos. And so Dermot is basically saying the bike videos for the most part are boring because he doesn't see me going down the back roads, defying death. That's what it is. You're defying death of going so fast to bring you your moment of me crashing and dying moment. That's what it is. This social media, you have to put yourself, borderline in killing yourself to get attention. So there's comment. Now let's go down here. Gales. All right. So now, so you can see on the channel yesterday, this channel, let's see how many views did I get. So not too bad. 266 views within 21 hours. Let's go to now the comments. How many comments did I get? Here's John Porter. I think Ozzy Body was immune to everything he put in his body. It's about the damn truth. No doubt. Ronaldo, here he is. Ronaldo's, saying to me, he's saying, hey, Gary, when I first started watching your channel around the time I ordered my 23 Raptor, the order bank opened up March 8, 2022. I really thought your situation was that you had recently had an unexpected sizable inheritance. See, that's one reason I try to become really full face to people on my channel, because I knew people always thought that people just gave me money. I mean, and that's why I started the morning videos, and I try to become more personal, because I always figured most people would be like, this guy, he just has money because his family gave it to him. His daddy gave it to him. Like from an uncle or someone you're totally surprised about. I figured you were just using the finance angle to eliminate the spoiled child envy element, but I've always had cars. That's what I don't think Ronaldo, I don't think Ronaldo understands is I've always have had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars for the last basically 20 plus years, 25 years. So that's how, so I've always had a lot of vehicles. I figured there wasn't a chance in hell that finance would let anyone get so far over their head. Well, when you put it in a business name, it's a different ballgame. To this day, I can't figure out how you could have possibly been making payments, so many things at the same time. Your payments had to be over $50,000 a month. You need a gross income of $1 million a year. Plus, you live in one of the worst states in the country. Your personal tax, property taxes. I stick by my criticism as your wife to stand silent. You do this yourself. She didn't stand silent. I mean, what you don't understand is my wife and I have borderline gotten divorced over this stuff. It cracks me up how people think they know my life. I mean, that's the thing on social media. You expose yourself, and when you expose yourself, others critique you because they think they know what goes on when the camera's off, and they have no clue what goes on. You don't. My wife and I have been so close to divorce numerous times on my car addictions, you have no idea. So to think that my wife is sat by silently, I'm just a wild man. I'm just an incredible risk-taker dumbass. I mean, that's what I am. I'm a guy that pushes the envelope beyond the envelope, and then, for the most part, crash and burn. I mean, that's who I am. I have risked. Come on back here, Rebel. Diesel, come on back here. I have risked everything so many times in my life, and I have lost everything so many times in my life. So I just push it, and I just keep on doing what I want to do. And for the wife, yeah, you're not going to find many women, wives in this world that will put up with that. There's no doubt. I have a very unique relationship with my wife that has put up with this crap. But yeah, I already know. There's no way majority of women never would have stuck with me for all the antics of what I've done in my marriage. It's like Ozzy Osbourne said before he died, is what he did to Sharon Osbourne for all the shit he put her through. She stuck it out. But why did she stick it out? Money. My wife, for the record, has had a very good lifestyle. My wife always have had nice new cars. She has a beautiful piece of property. She's always had food. I mean, my wife has always, for the most part, had very nice things. She has nice jewelry. My wife, so it isn't like my wife has gone through like these radical hardships. That's never happened. And for my wife, she is not part of any of this fiasco. It's all on me, not her. She has her own monies. She is fine. I mean, so my wife, to think that my wife is going to be in the dire straits because of me, it's not going to happen. It'll be me. It'll be me if my wife says, you know what, I'm out. I'm done. It'll be me that could possibly live in the freaking tree fort. That's where it all plays out. Yeah. It could be me. Where you see me and a homeless guy underneath the bridge in a tent. It could be. It's possible. Eventually you just lose it. You just eventually lose it. Your mind just loses because of all what you do for others. Everything you do for others, when it comes time for them to do something for you, most of the time they say, see ya, bye-bye. That's life. It's a huge problem, everybody. That's why there's so many homeless people. It's a mental problem in our world. Huge. So now, the comments, trying to keep an eye on the dog at the same time. So for Ronaldo, you don't really know everything. You think you do, but you don't. But I appreciate your concern. There's tax write-offs, which you don't get. What you don't understand is, I make a lot of money. I mean, I do make a lot of money, everybody. And did I overextend myself? I did. Can I blame others? Ronaldo's hinting I should blame others for my problems. I mean, really? You really think that's going to go anywhere? I mean, I'm not up for that. Why would I do that? Would I just be lying to the judge? Did you know? Yeah, of course I knew this judge. Let me just play the suck my thumb, feel sorry for me. No, I just have to go through the agony and the pain and suffering and get through it, which I will. But that's just life. But there's tax write-offs, which you don't understand because you're not a business person. You don't own your own company. When you buy a $100,000 vehicle, you can depreciate that vehicle. You can offset tax liabilities. So there's a lot of things that go on that offset me giving the IRS. I mean, who wants to give the IRS any money anymore? Do you really want to give the IRS any money anymore? When Elon Musk has told us that they just spend it foolishly and they steal from you and take your money, and the government and the politicians take your money and they just use it to enrich themselves. You really? So my attitude most of my life has been, I'd rather give it to the car companies for tax write-offs. Yeah, the personal property tax, it's brutal. But I do get a tax write-off for spending 40, 50, 80 grand in a given year to offset income and profits. I get to offset buying vehicles with depreciation and renting them and buying them. There's so many loopholes that all the rich people write. I'll never forget working in the oil industry, that the guy I worked for that owned an oil company bought a nice boat. And it was borderline a yacht. And he got to write that off because he brought customers to his boat and we entertained people. So it was a business expenditure. So he bought that boat. It goes on all the time, everybody. Airplanes. I mean, RVs. I can guarantee you this goes everywhere. So now, nothing about Ronaldo, but I appreciate the comment. Not here by any means to be insulting you. Because, Gary, I say these things as a friend, sincerely. I appreciate your concern. And I take that to heart. So it doesn't mean we want to be mean to Ronaldo. That's not the comments here. That's not the purpose of this morning. I'm just wanting to change it up. So, let's see here. Now we'll go back. And let's find Gail. Can we find Gail? Gail's Food. Mrs. Fix-It. Mrs. Fix-It here again. Those dogs can be your channel. There's so much you can do with them. As people love dog videos. Your shopping videos are fun too. You don't need to do 5 to 10 videos a day. Just put one together as you feel like it. Well, then you can actually go and do your real job to bring real money in and let this be more of a high with the bonus side money. Maybe a little of that. Maybe do a little of that fence wire a day. Just a little so you don't freak out. Well, you'll never contain these dogs. You're never, if anybody here thinks that you're going to be able to get this property where there's not some loophole in the property for these dogs to say, you're kidding yourself. There's too many. I mean, I've had this conversation 50 times, 100 times, and it gets old. And where my channel gets old with certain subscribers is it's the same rhetoric over and over and over again. And eventually it's just like we've had this conversation. And I just get to points like, it's why are we still talking about this? So that's kind of, so that does get me a little amped up on my channel. And for the record, some people are gone because of the same freaking rhetoric over and over again. So, here's Mrs. Fix-It. So, Gail, I get it. I mean, Gail here is wanting to reach out to me and tell me what she feels like would change my channel. And so she writes a lot. I mean, you write a book. I mean, when Gail posts, these are very lengthy posts, not telling you what to do. I mean, she's made other comments. Now she's saying the ice is not popular days. Well, I just totally disagree with that. So, Ice Age TV is about internal combustion engine. It's not about the deportation of illegal immigrants. So I don't, so and Gail's focal point here, from my perspective, is she thinks I need to change the name of the channel or add a name to the channel, which I'm not going to do. I mean, so she thinks it should be Ice Age Dog TV or Ice Age Motorcycle TV or something like that. I have no idea. But I'm not changing the name. There's no reason to. Because Ice Age TV is a cool name. I like it, and that's the way it's going to stay. You go through bumps, you go through the good, you go through the bad, and that's just part of business and life and challenges. Look at the dogs right there all hanging out. And as far as the dog videos go, I don't disagree, but we have a gazillion dog videos of these dogs on my channel. But Gail brings up a good point. All the previous videos that are made, they don't get populated like the new ones. Well, there's a reason for that. Because YouTube, you're a slave to YouTube. YouTube intentionally forces you to make a new video because they don't want you to write off your old videos, because then you're not forced to make new videos. So YouTube, in so many ways, that the way they engineer their programming is, Gail's exactly right. All my great videos from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, those videos will not get the attention as a new video because YouTube wants to force you to get out of bed and be their slave another day to bring a new video that hopefully brings more advertising money to them and not much to you. I mean, that's what goes on. So it's a deliberate action by YouTube. There's no guidelines or laws that oversee YouTube's relationship with YouTube creators. I mean, this is the Wild Wild West. This is like the true beginnings of the Wild Wild West, where the labor of YouTube creators, it's all on you. To think you're going to sue YouTube for killing yourself and going broke by being a creator, you're not going to get very far. You'd have to get a class action lawsuit to even start creating that. So for Gail, not here to, by any means, to be critical of you. I'm just sharing with you, you bring ideas to the table. I don't deny that your ideas are good ideas. I'm not saying that making more dog videos isn't a great idea. I mean, I think you're right. I don't disagree in things that you're saying, but at the same time, I don't totally agree that it really changes the channel to become more popular. Now, and then you can see here, so then, let's see here, bring back the projects, blah, blah, blah. So, Gail, so not much there. Brett the other day, he made a comment. I don't know where that comment is. That he said, maybe just make one video a week. So I thought to myself, okay, so go to one video a week. And then I responded back to be sarcastic and funny. I said, yeah, that one video would be 40 hours long. So here's the thing about social media. If I decide to turn off the daily videos, it takes away the presence of me being in the community, and it takes away people seeing my channel, and then people just kind of think you've given up. And so it's kind of like the news. When you turn on the news every night, or you turn on a show of Everybody Loves Raymond or Jerry Seinfeld, now if you don't see that one character you like only maybe once a week, you're not going to probably watch that series like you used to. So for Brett to say, just go to one video a week, I really think the channel then it's the end. I would have to honestly say, if I go to one video a week, then I would just say that it's probably, I just have given up, and I'm just not going to really do this anymore. That's where that would probably go. Because there's no way I could make one video once a week and then try to bring everybody up to snuff on all the different things going on around me. And I honestly think that most people are like, yeah, this just isn't, he's done. He's over. There's nothing here. So I don't know, for me as an individual, Brett, you make a lot of comments, and I have to honestly say, I do scratch my head on how you process information. And I think you're a very smart person, but I just sometimes scratch my head. I'm like, I just don't understand on how you think that is something that would help the channel grow. I mean, I don't understand that. So for me as an individual, you really think only making one video a week, my channel would grow? Or you're just talking about I guess your perspective is it's a time to take a time out. And if take a time out, you just do one video a week, and then that gives you the break from doing social media. Well, then I think that, I don't know. I can't say. And once again, it isn't for me to be mean to you as an individual. That's not the goal here. I'm just sharing with you. I try to step back and try to gather how you make a comment and how that comment makes sense. So that's all. And it's, once again, I'm not here wanting to be an individual that is smarter than you. I'm not. I mean, it's obvious. If I was smarter than you, I'd probably spend all my money in investments, but you wouldn't know me. So the irony to all this Ice Age TV channel is, and I've said it a gazillion times, you wouldn't know me. If I was the fiscal, responsible, financial individual, if I had the responsibility of not wasting my money on material things, you wouldn't know me. There wouldn't be a channel. What would the channel be about? And that's the irony. The irony is that that's what drove this channel of success, was the craziness of me buying cars and trucks and motorcycles that entertained you to enjoy my craziness and to see the different type of vehicles I could buy and own. And it was a great run. But all that's been destroyed because I went too far. I got too radical. And that's the thing. There's no doubt. The social media definitely put me on steroids of buying way too much stuff. Without social media, and my wife always used to say that, is you're going into debt like never ever seen. You're buying so much stuff to appease the YouTube community as you're going to destroy yourself. And she was exactly right. She said that 2-3 years ago. So, and I've said it many times, if the social media take my addictions away of the cars, but then you take it to the people that ride motorcycles, this younger generation that go 100 miles an hour, 200 miles an hour down the road, and they're defying death only to really cater to the addiction of trying to be the superstar social media person. Come here, Jip. And come on, babe. I go up. Come on. And so I think that I'm sure there's many stories of social media crash and burn that are related. I mean, I can honestly say that if I was a man or a woman, would I be interested in a guy that's caught up in social media all day? I really wouldn't. So if I was a single guy and I met a single girl that all she did is social media all day, I would be totally turned off. Because you're not going to be able to interact with this person. That's the danger. My wife will tell you that. It's like your YouTube channel gets more attention than I get. And you know what? She's right. It does. And so there's definitely friction of this channel. But here's the thing. My wife and I, that's a whole other ball game of relationship through marriage and having a child and years progressing of what's happened in our life. It's more deep and heavy than that. And so I know already a certain person will say, well, you should just give up the YouTube and satisfy your wife. And I'd be like, no. My wife goes to work in the morning and doesn't get home till late in the evening. And she does this 5 days a week. And there's nothing there. My wife is a dedicated, hardworking person that'll put in 10, 12-hour days, day in, day out. And then on the weekend, she's more into a whole different lifestyle than I am. So yes, have we definitely separated from our... Yes, we have. So turn off the YouTube channel to appease my wife. Okay, so I'll be sitting here at nighttime till 7:30, 8 o'clock at night waiting for my wife to get home. Do you think by the time she gets home, she's going to have the energy to go do something after leaving at sometimes 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning? Do you really think there's going to be something there? At the age we are, we're going to go out to dinner at 9 o'clock at night. We're going to go to some movie at 9 o'clock at night, and she's going to be back at home till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, and then get up tomorrow morning and have to go to work all day? No. So there's definitely a separation. My wife is the worker, and my wife loves to work. She'll tell you she doesn't, but when I talk about retiring and moving on, she doesn't want to talk about that. She has no interest in that. So my wife will just work probably until they tell her she can't work there anymore. And there's good old, there's good old Rebel. You're right. Will that about drive you nuts? Yeah, so anyways, keep the channel going. The Honda Goldwing deal is so funny, Jack. I'll just go out here because Rebel, as you can tell, Rebel will about drive you nuts. Yeah, so there's tons more comments. So getting in front of this TV and showing more of the videos, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my old videos. We'll have another day of talking about videos, comments, get some other people involved. I'll try to dig some others up to recognize other people that make comments on my channel, because there's other participants that do make comments. But it's not a lot, as you can see. It's just not a lot of interaction with most people. Just a select few that will actually really reach out and say much of anything. Everybody else just kind of watches it, and that's it. That's all they do. They don't want to be part, I guess, of the abuse. They'll be like, well, hell, the way this guy talks about the people in comments, he goes in and attacks them. Look at this guy here. Yeah, probably right. I get it. I get it, everybody. So, the Goldwing Classic, Jack of all trades from Timber Honda, he literally called me yesterday morning. I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, what are you going to do with the Goldwing? And I was like, well, I don't know. I'm waiting on you. He's like, well, you never sent me the pictures. I'm not going to send those pictures to you Monday morning. And so, like, have you looked at your phone lately? So he's like, oh, wow. I'm like, yeah, I sent you everything Monday morning. He's like, oh, I didn't notice. I'm like, well, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. The bike that we're talking about hasn't even been delivered. It's on the truck somewhere. But, I mean, I think that deal is a hell of a long shot. And the downside is the 0.99% financing they had going on is gone. Now, would I qualify for that? No. There's more to the angles that you don't understand. But until I see the deal, but I don't think the deal will get done. But I thought it was funny how Jack's saying, aren't you interested in the deal? I'm like, yeah, man, I gave you all the information on Monday. What are you doing? He's a great guy, so no criticism to him. But that's it. I got to go. I got to get Brian to work. The day will pass. And I appreciate everybody making the comments. So, and truly, not here by any means wanting to be critical of Gail or Brett or Ronaldo. I'm not here by any means wanting to, come across. I don't want to do that. I'm just trying to share with you. You're presenting a comment, and then for me, I have to say, okay, so the comment you made, how do I respond to that comment where I can seem to kind of come back across to you where, okay, I understand what you're coming from, and I appreciate that, and that's very nice of you, but here's the reality, and that's kind of where it is. So, once again, I don't want anybody here on my channel to think that I want to be calling them out. That's not the goal here. It's just we're about trying to be creative on my channel and get you interactive on the comments. That's all. So that's all I'm doing. So I hope it doesn't offend you, and I appreciate your support. And as always, God bless everybody. Have a great day.